Welcome to One Sharp Sword, cutting through to what matters most. I'm your host, Dr. P, Dr. Wayne Pernell, the outfluencer and your powerful presence mentor, also the creator of the 5-step mindset magic process. We'll talk about that coming up soon. Right now, we're talking about how to get over burnout. Burnout, like we've been a year and a half staring at the same four walls. We're coming out of a pandemic. Are we? Aren't we? Mask up, mask down, mask up. Eating out, visiting friends and neighbors. Who knows? And the answer is, yeah, it's all coming back to normal, whatever normal is. And we have to decide what that is. And as we do it, most people are feeling like, I am not motivated. Like I want to, but I'm not motivated. And if you think about it, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, we were at a place of saying, look, just put down that technology. You've got all this stuff. Just put down your technology. 1 phone, 2 phones, put it all down and just go connect with somebody. And like that, we were told, stop being around people and pick up the tech in order to connect. So for the past year and a half, we have been connecting via technology. And that's the only way. For many people, that's the only way. And part of what happened is that for their work schedule and their home life, everything blurred together. We didn't get up and shower or get up and put on our workout clothes and go to the gym and grab a light breakfast and head off to work. We got up and decided on breakfast or decided on a workout or decided, but for those with kids, there's homeschooling and maybe I'll just check email really quickly, even though it's, 6 a.m. And maybe I'll just check email even though it's 8 o'clock at night. And suddenly the workday expanded to 14 plus hours and we're getting less done. And the work piles up. And everybody needs a little attention and somehow self-care gets lost. And all of those factors, it's not one thing that contributes to burnout. It's multiple things. And it's feeling like you're powerless. It's feeling like you've lost your control in the world. And so the keys to overcoming burnout are simple. You simply have to take action on them. And that's the hardest part sometimes. There's a psychological term, the technical term for not feeling joy. I just don't feel joy in anything. That's called anhedonia, the inability to feel joy. And the trick here is that joy doesn't land on you. And it's not necessarily that you're not able, it's that you just got into a routine of not. And so the key is to recognize the things that you have control over. We've been told wear a mask. We've been told to stay in. We've been told not to go to restaurants. And soon, that's opening up for us. Mask or no mask, that's optional for many places. Restaurant or not restaurant, eat in, don't eat in, right? So the key is really, what do you have control over? What do you have control over? When we were all masking up, and we still are to a different degree, varying degrees, depending on when you're listening to this. As I record this, we're coming out of this pandemic where in many places, masking is optional. If you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, right? So new rules. And we're tired of rules. And that's part of burnout too. So what do you have control over? Well, I had control over what color mask I wore. Some were cartoon-like, some were colorful, some were playful, some were just plain solid, and some were branded with the dynamic leader logo. Awesome. I get to choose, what do I represent today? It's like putting on a shirt or anything else. What What do I feel like wearing today? And that was a choice, right? If there was a must, you must wear your seatbelt. You still choose where you go when you drive. If you must wear a mask, you still get to choose what mask you wear and where you go. Restaurants closed, good. Can you get takeout? Can you still vary things for yourself? So again, the question here is, what choices do you have? What do you have control over? Because you have choice. You do have choice. And that's the powerful thing, right? So the other thing to do is to recognize that you can't cure burnout by doing the same things that caused it. Well, maybe if I just work harder, I'll get through this pile of stuff and I'll just get over it. And it's like, that's not going to happen. That's not. So to get a different mindset, and that's part of mindset magic that's coming for you, I'm excited to bring this concept to you. The idea of changing the way you approach something makes all the difference in the world. It's change of mindset, it's change of action set. It's, if you've had these projects that you're working on that seem never ending, then acknowledge that these are never ending. The Golden Gate Bridge is a never-ending process of being painted. The accounting for your work is a never-ending process. As long as you're in that business, you will continue to have to account. In your life, laundry is a never-ending process. Buying food is a never-ending process. Those are the things that you actually have control over, and you get to have a start and stop point for them. So, do something different than you've done before. Do something different than you've done before, which is, if you've gotten up and if you've checked email first thing in the morning, then when you get up, do something like stretching, do something like going outside, do something like not picking up your technology first thing. You get control over your calendar. You get control over when you check in. You control it, or it controls you. The other thing really is, get outside. Get outside. I don't know where you're listening to this. Get a chance within the next hour to deliberately go outside, right? Take a minute to go look at nature, be in nature. There were 2 studies that I just recently saw, both of which were talking about, one, how nature relaxes us. That's sort of intuitive. And 2, how staring at nature, staring at it, allows us, like, go look at a blade of grass. And it allows you to feel much more connected in the world than you have been. That's crazy. Just staring at the bark of a tree, or a blade of grass, or the petal of a flower. When you look at nature, when you touch it, when you feel it, when you smell it, you're in touch differently than you would be if you were in the same 4 walls, doing the same 4 things, moment after moment after moment. The other side of getting into nature is to not stare at something. So there's 2 practices. There's 2 practices when you go out into nature. One, stare at, touch, feel, taste, smell, all those things. This one thing, whether it's a blade of grass or a flower petal. The second thing is, unfocus your eyes. Look off to the horizon. Allow your eyes to move beyond your normal focal length. Look off to the horizon and just be with that infinity space. Just go off and allow everything to go, right? And it'll remind you that report, it might be important, and it might touch people's lives, and it might need to be done. And right now, the way to get it done is to recharge. You need to recharge, refuel in order to get that. in order to be more efficient, more creative. All the studies are showing that. Next, ask for what you need. I need 5 minutes. I need 10 minutes. I need an hour. I need to take tomorrow off. I need someone to tell me that I'm doing a good job. I need to be acknowledged. I need to be reminded that my work is meaningful. What do you need? What do you want? And what do you need? And those are two different things sometimes, and they're both very important. And you can ask for both. Here's what I want. It could be a lunch order. It could be to take a nap. It could be whatever. What do you need? I need space. I need to focus. I need 2 hours of focused, uninterrupted time. What do you need? Right? So those are some key things, is to recognize, what are you in control over? What do you really, really have control over? 2, can you get outside? Can you just connect back to nature a little bit? Go back to who you've been, how you've been, who we were when we were kids. Just explore and enjoy. And the third one is to ask. You've got resources around you. You've got people around you. And who knows, they might ask you back. Can you tell me I'm doing a good job too? Can you tell me I matter? That kind of human connection, that is the fastest way to get over burnout. And also, when you have that kind of human connection, that's the other fastest way to feel joy again, is to connect, to matter, to feel like what you're doing makes a difference. So go do those things. Remember, your mindset matters. We're going to explore magic mindset, and stay tuned, because that's coming. If you want to take a look at what is coming, the retreat that I've got going on, this signature retreat, that's coming up. You can take a look at stuckattethetop.com, look around my website, WaynePernell.com. You get there via dynamicleader.com, all the different ways. Pick one, dynamicleader.com. I am Dr. P, Dr. Wayne Pernell, your dynamic leader, your outfluencer, your powerful presence mentor, and the founder of the Magic Mindset program. 5 steps we'll talk about coming up here soon. All right, you're listening to One Sharp Sword, cutting through to what matters most. Thanks for being here. I will see you here again on the next round.